Hello boys, welcome to new video. Today we're gonna announce and we're gonna talk the first time about the WC mod, and I'm doing this video with my friend Osama.
Hello.
What's up?
Nothing much. Thanks for having me on, and also thanks for the support. Our team's been working really hard the last few months, and we're really glad to finally show this to the public.
Yeah, so Osama, TK, Louis, who else I'm forgetting?
We have Serenity, who's doing research too.
Yeah, Serenity. Big thanks.
Canadian Dolphin also did a lot of the unit cards.
Canadian also, big thanks to him. That was a lot of work, guys. So today we're gonna take a look to the ARMORY tour, and we're gonna pick USA, of course, like first country. So
hell yeah, brother!
Let's go, US power. Logistic tab look really cool, man. Bradley CV.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, what the whole idea with this mod is basically we wanted to make it essentially Wargame 4, in the modern setting. Yeah. So that 80% of the gameplay is still largely going to be the same or similar to vanilla. So you're going to really feel at home, but there's going to be that extra 20% where things are just amped up a little bit more. So you see, one of the good examples here is the Bradley CV.
It's amazing.
It's really CV the combat.
Yeah.
Nothing too wild, it's like
with medium optic, that's good, man. I like it.
If it was a vanilla,
yeah. I mean, the general
pretty decent in vanilla, but it wouldn't be like so crazy or anything like that. But so logistics tab unique additions that we have. You see the rest, just basic logistic trucks and Helos. You can kind of scroll down. These are all pretty similar things to what we have in vanilla.
Yeah.
I would say the exciting thing, you can do that in a bit here.
Okay, this is the logistics tab. The Bradley is an amazing thing.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
And we'll address that 10 AP top attack later when we get to the tank.
Yeah. So let's take a look to the infantry. And
now this is where the fun begins.
Yeah.
So
let's go.
Obviously, when working with the modern setting, we've now got fire and forget missiles, and we've got top attack missiles. So for fire and forget, we really want to only include weapons that are true top attack. Nothing that's like semi-active in real life. Stuff like I think some of the main modes of the spike and loss. The vehicle variant, they're not really true fire and forget, at least from what I was reading up on so far.
Yeah.
But so the javelin, obviously it is a true fire and forget.
Amazing.
As in, you lock on. If the user is dead, let's say, while the missile is mid-flight, it'll still track its target and still hit.
Amazing.
So that's why we gave the fire forget, and it's top attack. Now to address the top attack, so. The way it's actually quite balanced. The way it is right now, at least I feel. With 11 AP, tanks get around 5 AP at the higher end level. So when you take that into account, it takes still 3 to 4 shots to kill super heavies. But you also have to consider the fact that it does almost the same damage to cheap tanks too. So while the javelin's quite effective against heavy tanks, it's equally effective against cheap tanks. So let's say you're shooting an M1 IP, that's a 75 point tank in the mod. 2 of these javelins are almost 60 points is almost the same price, but it's still gonna take a similar amount of time to kill compared to the super heavies. So that's kind of where this comes into. Javelins are expensive. You only get 1 card. Javelin and similar weapons, I should say.
Yeah, 1 card, you get 7 per card.
Mm-hmm. And so it's going to be limited. So it might be powerful, again, against super heavies, but against the lower spectrum, it might be a little trickier. And one big thing to note is that the Javelin, so fire and forget missiles, just to kind of simulate the lock-on time and all that kind of stuff in real life. We've made it a 4-second aim time instead of the 2-second that it is with other ATGMs. And again, this is to simulate the kind of the lock-on mechanism that occurs in real life. To develop a lot of this mod, by the way, we did speak with a lot of real life veterans or people on active service who operate with these weapons. So it was really great to get insight from them. And one of the people actually that really helped was Ghost. And he helped with a lot of development of these armaments. So big shout out to him.
Big thanks to Ghost. Yeah, and the unit card looks so cool, man.
We had an artist do the unit cards, and I'm really glad with how it turned out. The unfortunate part is that he's Russian, so it's been a little tricky trying to pay him.
Yeah,
but we've worked it out, and and I'm really glad with how the unit cards turned out. For the U.S., a lot of these unit cards are actually based on real-life Medal of Honor recipients. We kind of did in an announcement in our Discord. We already did a guess who little competition, and some nerd was able to answer it all in about 2 hours. But it's pretty cool.
So talk about the Javelin. This is the combat engineers.
So with the U.S. Marines, one thing that is particularly interesting is
like the small
IAR.
On vanilla, right?
Yes, but look at their primary weapons. So the IAR in real life is supposed to be I think almost all Marines are going to be equipped with this firearm, if I'm not correct. But the thing is, the IAR is basically a machine gun. It's kind of like what you might kind of similar to like an RPK.
Yeah, I see that. I see the range.
So look at those weapon stats. Yeah. So it's not an actual rifle. It's actually an MG.
And it's actually a
half MG.
Shock infantry.
Yes.
Really good speed. Really good weapon. I like this unit.
It's very, very good. I think the small and vanilla. It's good, but I just felt like it could have been buffed just a tiny bit more. I think the IAR really does it for them.
Yeah.
All right, and then next we have next we have the Delta Force.
We have the Special Force, the SF.
Yeah, so I know everyone's going to see the sniper rifle and be like, "Oh God, sniper rifles are shit." But we've gone in and we've buffed them a little bit. So as you can see right now, they've got 20 RPM as opposed to 15.
And Delta Force have finally the Carl Gustav M3.
Yes. So, and look at the Carl Gustav. So one thing that we've really, one of the things we've kind of done with the mod is that recoilless rifles that have smoke rounds actually get them in the game now. So Delta Force can use their Carl Gustavs to shoot smoke.
This is some
which is a really, really big deal.
This is this is some exclusive shit there.
I don't know for those of you who played Squad or even even operate in real life, but like being able to shoot smoke out of Carl Gustav is something so satisfying about it,
So basically, you have Delta Force on the town, and the enemy, the guy in face, have a lot of fire support. You can just smoke with your Carl Gustav, and you are on safe position. That's amazing.
Exactly, and the reason why Delta Force are so pricey is that both their sniper rifle and their primary are actually suppressed, so you have a lower noise value. They're not completely silent like some of the VSS and whatnot.
Yeah.
I like that transport you're just pointing at, the Striker Crows J.
Yeah. So you win also the Striker. Yeah. This one you win a Recon also.
JLTV.
Yeah. On the infantry tab.
If you go to the far right, the one with the javelin.
Yeah. This one.
The Striker with the javelin. Yeah. This is also a pretty funny unit. Actually, I think a little expensive, but it's pretty unique, I think.
I mean,
it'll shoot 2 javelins back to back.
We're still gonna work on the balance. It's not. We didn't finish all the balance.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Some price can change.
And I think the next one you might want to check out is the Dark Hawk and Little Bird. It's pretty self-explanatory, but the Dark Hawk is a stealthy helicopter.
Yeah.
We did nerf helicopter stealth just a little bit, by the way. So you're not going to get something like the Tiger.
Yeah.
in vanilla.
I mean, even good stealth, it's very good. You can easily sneak.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only you buy this for the snake, for the infiltration operation, to use the potential of this unit, the stealth.
Exactly. All right.
Stinger.
Nothing too fancy here, Stingers.
Classic. I like the availability of the vehicles. Really nice.
Yeah. So what I wanted to really do with this with the infantry going into this mod was give all the basic infantry, transports or access to all transports that are not like specialized transports.
Yeah.
Kind of like in US in vanilla too. Riflemen still get access to Bradleys. Same with Stingers.
Yeah.
Even the highest end Bradleys. And I wanted to do that across the board with all the nations, just because you have more options to play with. Might be harder to balance, but it just keeps things fresh.
Yeah, really nice. And open possibility of a ton of combo. So really nice.
Yeah, I think because for me, I think everyone can agree, like deck building is also a really big part of the game.
Yeah, yeah,
it's really fun to just toy around with everything.
You can do so much combination. That's the whole thing about Wargame and decks and stuff. Light rifleman with the smoke launcher. Let's go.
So they get a lighter version of the recoilless rifle, so you can see the range. So they're kind of like a Nordlandsjäger, but they get smoke on the launcher.
Amazing.
Pretty good. They're also shock
infantry with the speed of special force.
Yeah, so they're kind of like light riflemen from vanilla, but beefed up with something, something like the recoilless rifle from Nordlandsjäger.
Yeah, maybe they should have a bit less speed, but
they're technically light infantry, so that's why we gave it to them. But we'll kind of look into it later.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of light infantry.
Okay, this is the cheap infantry, the national.
Yeah, so this is now your spam infantry.
Yeah, the line infantry.
Your 10-point infantry. Yep. Nothing too fancy here, but we did standardize RPGs. I would say, nothing too fancy here.
It's good for.
We can kind of look into the Bradleys here.
We can have the Bradley chip there. It's really nice.
Let's look at the next, the M2A3. That's the big boy Bradley. Yeah. So this one has the toe that's top attack.
Yeah.
So we have a chart that you can kind of look at that kind of determines how we interpret some of these units. But basically, we do top attack AP by warhead size, and we classify it in a few different ways. So this toe, just because the toe 2's warhead's quite small, it's 10 AP as opposed to 11 AP. But still, 10 AP is very, very powerful.
Yeah.
We've also beefed up the armor on the Bradley.
7.
It might seem strong, but wait till you see some of the other IFEs. All I have to say.
Yeah.
In general, moving to the modern age too, IFEs have gotten more and more armored, as we've seen. So you'll see a couple. Well, there's already a Martyr 2 style unit out for Germany that we'll get to maybe in the next video.
We don't spoil about Germany. Let's talk about the US.
I know.
Okay.
Just the teaser.
Yeah.
Navy SEALs are exactly like they are in vanilla, except now they get that sniper rifle for long range work.
Amazing.
So they can do long range work and their close range work at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's enough to make them viable for some of the more competitive decks, but I hope it gives them an extra. It's just an extra tool.
Yeah. A really good infantry for killing infantry.
Yep.
And we have the rifleman actually.
Yes. Now we have the U.S. rifleman. So Western nations like US and Germany, they won't have as much access to their 10-point infantry. So I think they only get 2 cards availability as opposed to, let's say, like 3 they do in vanilla. So Western nations or more advanced nations like US and Germany, they will have to rely on their rifleman, which is 15 points instead.
Yeah.
One thing I really wanted to avoid moving into this mod was avoid reservist spam. Because I don't think buying a bunch of the French reservists and the AMX and the AMXs with 3 front armor, for 10 points each. When you're able to just buy a unit and not think about the consequences, I don't think that's particularly good for gameplay flow. So we want to stick to 10 and 15 points. 10 points at least. And the US really focuses on their riflemen.
And we also don't have the 1-point track on the mod.
We don't. We were thinking about adding it in. that one's kind of up in the air because I don't think the 1-point truck's terribly harmful, but we'll see.
Sticking with the 5-pointer, it's fine. We're still on the vanilla thing, but man, look at this. Striker Dragon. I like this.
Yes, so I like this combo. I like to bring them with the light riflemen, but the riflemen are also really good.
Yeah.
So they're regular infantry with the M249, which makes them quite decent.
It's like a KT,
of course, the AT4.
It's like a KT on vanilla, basically.
The Striker Dragoon is a carbon copy of the KT, but we did nerf the gun just a tiny bit, you know, because the KT was a little bit obscene.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
And the US Marines, the grind infantry.
All right, US Marines. Yeah, now this is what I like to see, because look at the primary and the machine gun.
Yeah.
So again, their primary, it's basically an MG.
You're gonna stand everything with this, man.
So they are incredibly good at infantry fighting. The only issue is their AT weapon is not terribly great. I mean, it's serviceable. It's actually still quite good. It's just not as good as some of the other options that other nations will get for U.S. Marines.
And the last infantry is the weapon squad.
This is this is one of my favorite because it's actually got a 50 cal emplacement.
Yeah, they have
it's got that.
Yeah,
exactly, and it's got that Carl Gustav with the smoke and everything.
Amazing shit. Amazing infantry.
Yes. So, but you can see they walk slower, so they're more for defending like a town and holding it and giving your other infantry fire support.
Yeah. What I like, it's we have a lot of possibilities. So mech deck gonna be really good. Motorized deck gonna be good with all that transport and all that kind of infantry.
Yeah, I would say like for the major nations that we have out so far, all of the specs are all quite, at the very least, decent, or at least serviceable.
Okay.
Okay. Now we get to some of the more fun stuff.
Yeah.
The Lav AD. This thing is actually missing some Hydras, so it's actually got Hydra rocket pods on it, and of course the price will adjust. But again, the GAU 12 is a very, very fun unit.
Amazing.
Awesome, just an awesome fire support and anti-air vehicle all around.
And the wheel.
And it's wheeled. Yep. It's just squishy is the only issue.
Amphibious. You can do a lot of things with this.
Yep.
Classic mortar.
Lav, pretty standard. This is a standard mortar. Lav EFSS is fancy because it's got the GPS guided round.
Yeah.
So you know I won't spoil too much, but the GPS round can actually do quite a bit.
Yeah.
Including top attacks, some tanks and whatnot, which can be really annoying. It's not it won't outright delete tanks, but using a precision guided mortar can actually kill tanks. Yeah, that's all I have to say. But it won't be oppressive. But just try it out. It's really fun. Yeah, Avenger, pretty standard, but it's got a 50 cal.
Really nice. One of the unit I most like.
Yep. Paladin. So I'd say the high Paladins, same old. Oh, the MRSI. So basically, the MRSI is basically where the howitzers will shoot in a way where it'll shoot a burst of like 5 rounds, but they'll all land at the same time in real
10
life.
15 seconds.
But what we've seen, like with some of the other mods out there, like we've taken the same approach where it'll just shoot. It'll take a long time to aim, but it'll shoot all 5 rounds at the same time or very, very in rapid succession.
Yeah.
So the one thing we've done I think is unique is just make the aim time particularly long, just to make sure that we're simulating the fact that we're waiting for 5 rounds to land.
Yeah.
Next we have the HIMARS. Basically just so this is so I guess we're also introducing cluster HE munitions.
Yeah.
And the HIMARS is I guess one of the first entries into that. So cluster compared to let's say like normal rocket. I'm not sure, I don't know if rocket is the exact term, but the typical HE rockets is that the cluster means the damage radius is actually much larger.
Yeah.
But the suppression isn't as high. So you actually sacrifice suppression as for damage. Now, some people actually take MLRSs for suppression, so that's where that balance comes into play.
People need to try, and they're gonna have their opinion too. You're gonna let people try. You cannot explain like each unit like this, and because we have a ton, it's gonna be like 2 hours video. But yeah.
Okay, I'll speed it up then.
Him is gonna have HE and AP power, so this is the ID, right?
No, it doesn't have AP. It doesn't have AP. It's just cluster.
Just cluster.
Yeah, so it's a cluster HE. So it's just a different mechanic.
You get 2 par cards.
And then Prism, pretty standard. It's like an Atacms, but big HE.
Yeah, so Atacms for killing infantry, right?
Yep, and then we have the actual Atacms down below for
amazing.
killing tanks.
This is the same as Vanilla.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. This is pretty self-explanatory. Bradley with Stingers. Pretty fun. Bushmaster
with big range versus helicopter, actually.
Yeah, we might go in and fix that, but it's an anti-air Bradley.
Amazing. This is one of the best AA, man. I like this
it
AA.
Shoots a bunch of AIM-9s back to back. It's really fun, but it's very squishy and very expensive. 5 HE, 0 health, 0 armor. So,
it's like an awesome, but no radar. A really cool AA piece. Patriot Pack 2.
Yes, so we've scaled back down the ranges, and again, we'll put an Excel sheet up that explains how we convert real life ranges into game ranges.
Yeah,
but Patriot Pack 2 is now considered a short range, medium range.
Medium range, yeah.
Yeah, medium. I'd say. All right,
Patriot Pack 3.
So Pack 3 just shoots a bunch of smaller missiles in rapid succession in its fire and forget.
All right.
And so think of it like...
and you get more missile, like 12 missile. That's amazing.
Yes, it's shooting a lot more smaller missiles, but you see the range is not as good.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. We can go
really interesting support tab. Let's go to tank. All right.
Tank's pretty standard. The max you're going to see is 24.
This is Abrams in Baghdad.
The based unit cards.
This is based, bro. So this is Abrams HC hardcore Abrams.
Yep. But you can see if you go to the set v3 for super heavies, we're not changing the scale too much because the game is designed around a certain armor AP AV scale.
So this is the big boy, right?
Yes, this is the big boy. So not too terribly different. You can see the top armor is 5. So again, we're going back to that top attack stuff.
Yeah.
It's got higher end tanks have 5 armor.
Yeah.
The rest of the tanks are pretty standard, run of the mill compared to vanilla, just wide scale ranges, except for the IP.
Except for this one.
The IP, since it's using the 105 millimeter gun, we just took some War Thunder memes and gave it 12 RPM. So it's a really fun unit.
And it's a balance actually. They try it a lot. It's not you don't feel like it's too much OP. It's just fine.
Yeah. I think we've done a good job of balancing it. But again, pretty standard.
Let's go to
Recon tabs. Yeah. This is where the fun begins.
Yeah. Let's go. Viper, bro.
Yeah. So Dragons are Ripple Fire, by the way. And they are the newest versions, I guess Hellfire replacements for all the branches. So yeah, the Viper is really, really powerful, as you can see, against everything. Yeah, but the issue is that it's 170 points and 6 health. So it's a little,
so you can get one shot actually by
yes, you have a 170 point helicopter in one shot. I think also optics is only very good.
I think that's what that make this balanced. The fact it's only 6 HP. The Guardian.
So my God. Spike and Loss and other similar types of missiles are 13 AP, which means it will 2-tap anything.
This thing this is sexy, bro.
This is like the tank destroyer. It's not bullshit like Longbow and Vanilla because it's not fire and forget, I would say. That's what I think. But we have yet to test it out.
What do you mean? I like the Longbow, man.
But you'll see this. I feel like this thing is more balanced and less frustrating to play against because it's only semi-active.
Yeah,
it's not fire forget.
It's look like the Hafiz missile.
Yep, it's exactly what it is.
Amazing shit.
Yep, and then
Cavalry Scouts.
Pretty ordinary.
Yeah, nothing special. You can get them on this OP transport.
I like taking them to Bradley. That's a fun combo.
Yeah. So much combination, man.
The Force Recon.
So
now they get
Recon.
the 50 cal.
Okay.
The NTW 20s from vanilla onto 5-man infantry. That was like 10-man infantry.
Amazing sniper rifle, cargo staff M3.
I really like this unit. I feel like it's really good all around.
And you can get them on the Osprey.
Yes, the Osprey.
500 kilometers. 12 HE.
It takes a while to start up, but it gets very fast.
Yeah.
Let's go to Green Berets.
Okay, that's the fun. The Switchblade. Let's go.
Switchblade acts as an ATGM. But yeah, if you guys don't know what it is in real life, it's just a suicide drone.
Yeah.
We are going to introduce some of the lighter suicide drones. I think just really particularly with like US and China, I think really use them a lot. But yeah, anyways, for HE missile, ATGM on an infantry.
Amazing stuff.
I don't think it's as OP as Megalon.
Yeah, it's not that OP. Aslav Classic. We have
that's an Apache's gun on a JLTV.
This is the big boy, but only one front, so
yeah, it's got a very powerful gun, but it's not very good armor.
Striker,
the rest
10 point, nothing special.
Yeah,
the chips,
exceptional.
Ordinary. I like the exceptional optic. Really nice autonomy. Okay, we have the big boy there.
The Recon Abrams. Recon tanks, big fun. One thing we're thinking about changing is the stealth for Recon tanks like these, because it does get very annoying. Medium stealth is just pain in the ass.
The whole point about Recon tanks, man. They can shoot, you cannot spot them.
Yeah, but for big Recon tanks, we're considering removing that. But we'll see. We'll see from you guys' feedback. Let's play it, and we'll see. We want to play test with the open beta. Get a good sample size.
The mod of the community, so the community gonna judge that, right?
Yeah. Yep. Then we have a bunch of Bradleys.
Okay.
Again, if you go to 80-point Bradley is my favorite.
Really nice. Tau 2A and a Tau 2B.
Yep. All right.
A lot of choice.
The rest, pretty standard stuff.
Ooh.
This is funny.
Ooh.
HE missile.
This is sexy. Only 2.
You only get 2 though.
Yeah, amazing stuff. We have the Rangers with cargo staff M3. Nothing special. Scout sniper, a 2-man. So finally, US have their sniper.
Yep, we're actually. Oh, this is the correct sniper. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, vehicle tab.
These go through. Transport. It's nothing too much different. ACV 30. Basically like a heavily armored KT.
Yeah, we have this LAV with O2A. This one is fun. Hellfire 2.
Hellfire on a Humvee.
Yeah, it's the same speed as the Hellfire on longbow, right?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. It's actually pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Striker MGS down below.
Yeah,
I like that one. Tank Destroyer.
Amazing for the opener. It's like a roll cat, man. Okay, the 5-pointer. We still have the CS. Of course.
My beloved.
Yeah.
And we also have the CEV.
Of course. This is
they got slightly buffed. We gave it more autonomy just so it won't run out of fuel.
Yeah.
More speed.
Legendary unit.
Yeah. All of its otherwise pretty ordinary.
Okay. Helicopter stuff.
Yep, Tau 2 top attack. They do fancy. Apache, I think below is the same as vanilla, actually, even. It's the exact same loadout.
Yeah.
We've got the escort. So the escorts got quite buffed, which I know is scary. This is still going to be the price is going to get nerfed. But
yeah.
So the US use APKWS, which are basically laser guided rocket pods. I think the only other nation that really gets it at the moment out of the 4 that we've done is China and Germany. So laser guided rocket pods, they just shoot more accurately, but they shoot slower.
Yeah.
This thing, the longbow is now moved to the helicopter tab.
With medium optic.
With medium optics. I know in real life it's got a big radar dish, etc. But for balance, we've got to keep it as it is. The AP is scaled down just because the penetration back then might have been good, but compared to now, maybe not so good.
Pretty decent,
but it's still pretty decent. 24 AP.
Osperi, the little bird with the Recon.
Yep.
A DAP. So it's the DAP with the big stinger.
Yes.
A helicopter with some hellfire. It's like the Hawk.
Yes.
The Dark Hawk. Kiwa, Hiwi, Classic, Venom. I like this one.
Yep.
It's like the Heavy Hawk, but it's actually really slow. Black Hawk and the Chinook. Okay. The big part now. Let's go. The U.S. Air Force.
So the biggest change I think to this game compared to vanilla is in the Air Force. A10 is still pretty much the same. It's got M9s now, which is nice.
You get M9s. It's amazing. Amazing. The same turn radius. Okay, let's talk about this.
Yeah, so cruise missiles is basically one of the first things we were kicking around as an idea, and that's actually kind of what started this mod too. Was it's actually kind of like based off of this cruise missile.
This is amazing.
I was asking a bunch of buddies like, "Hey, could you mod this?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then like we kind of went down the whole rabbit hole and created our own mod. But this is kind of what started it all, way back. I would say like earlier in March or whatever. But it's basically a suicide aircraft.
Yeah.
US.
How much you get per card?
You get 7.
7 per card.
For the JASM in particular. Each nation's cruise missiles are slightly different. US is more stealthy. Yeah. China, I think, has a copy, which is a copy of this, and then Germany does not have cruise missile yet. Yeah. But the Russian ones are, instead of 5 health, they're 7 health, but they fly much faster. They don't have stealth, and they're much.
We still talk about US today.
Okay, I'm sorry. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But again, it's a suicide drone, basically, if you think about it.
So you send this, so it's gonna kill the tank or gonna get stopped by the AA, right?
Yeah, it's pretty. I think we've gotten pretty good at balancing, cruise missiles, overloading anti-air.
Yeah.
Like to overload anti-air, you have to still spend slightly more points than anti-air, but not so much more points where it's useless. But again, we've got to run through some play tests, so I'm really excited to see how it'll be used in the open beta.
Yeah, for people who wanna try the mod, link of the Discord below in the description. Okay. Harrier 2. Nothing special. Rocket pod.
It's got the GAU 12.
Oh my god, this thing is so big. It's
That's what she said.
It's the Moab.
Yeah, it's the Moab.
It's the big
bomber. Big bomber.
Is it bigger than B5? Yeah.
Yes.
Looks
yes,
like.
It is. It is way bigger than the B5, actually.
Actually, a lot of ECM. So, it's slow, but... so if you send this
It's very slow, though, is the issue.
Yeah.
And this is in a mod where anti-air is generally more powerful, on especially for red, I mean. So, it's balanced. Then we have Tomcats.
Let's go to Tom Cruise.
Yes. Very fun. The range has got scaled down again because
I like the Tomcat.
Over time, it's aged. I think it's pretty decent still.
Now we have the F-50C Eagle.
I think one of the best ASFs in the game. Just because these come at veteran instead of hardened.
Yeah.
So kind of like the KWS in vanilla. So that and just to kind of mimic, US is like.
And actually, 6 Amaran. It's look like the Canadian Hornet with a lot of missiles.
Very, very good. Yeah. Very good ASF. Okay. Then we have the best ASF. This is the F-22 Raptor.
It's the best SF in the world? Question mark.
Basically.
F-21 Raptor.
Got the best stealth, highest end ECM. The turn radius is 200.
Oh my god. So basically...
If you have to see this thing in-game dogfight other aircraft, it is insane.
Yeah.
It is
if we compare this to the A10, who have the best turn radius, it's like really close between them.
But it's going at twice the speed. So just seeing that thing just like cut is just like.
How much you get per card? One?
You get one per card at elite.
Yeah.
But US gets 2 cards of stealth of F-22s.
Amazing shit. Also the unit card. Oh my god. Okay, we have the F-15 Strike Eagle.
Yep, just same as the F-15D in vanilla. Just the Lotus have not changed in real life, and
it's like
probably
it's like F-111C with
the Deagle,
or Deagle, or F-111C.
It's the Deagle.
Yeah. With some M9, really good ECM. At F-16 Viper. 2 bomb.
This is like that one.
The Falcon.
The one of Scandinavian. Yeah, it's the Scandinavian one.
This is like the Fighting Falcon.
Yeah.
This is the cluster version.
Denmark?
No, it's Norwegian. Yeah, the Falcon is Norwegian.
I forget the country, but yeah, one of the Scandinavian guys.
Yeah. Fighting Falcon. There we go. F-16 Fighting Falcon. Sid.
Yep.
And let's go to the big boys now. The big boys.
So now we go to the F-35s. The fun stuff. So stealth seed plane, very fun. This is I think it's pretty balanced. It's only got 2 missiles, so for 200 points to only fire 2 missiles every few minutes is like
basically it's like a nightmare, like a Raven on vanilla.
It's like a Raven, but on steroids a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty good unit. F-35B is basically a Nighthawk on steroids.
Yeah, with 8 chip power.
Yep, and F-35C is like the FA-18, but on stealth steroids.
Yeah.
But they only have good stealth. So it'll be pretty balanced. Like you can see them right before they fire. That's how we like to keep the balance. Stealth is still taking a little bit of tweaking, but I think right now we've got it dialed in pretty nicely.
Yeah. Hornet with some AP. We have a Super Hornet.
Yep.
With the HE power again.
Yep.
Growler, Sid.
It's just Sid.
Can do SF also.
Can do both.
Yeah, really good. And the last one is
the primary naval ASF.
Yeah, the Super Hornet. So yeah, this is for the US guys. Video about Russia gonna come next. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you wanna download the mod and try it, link of the Discord below the description. Big thanks to Osama, and see you soon.